Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to Setting the Record Straight podcast. It's your boy vicslanghope.
It's your girl Kai.
Today we're gonna talk about. You want to tell them? I feel like I always tell
Is it okay to be fat? That's the question.
them.
I know that sounds like a crazy question, but I feel like I feel like today, and I get it, right? Like we got like a whole like body positivity movement going on, and I understand, where that comes from and stuff. And like I get it, right? Like like we want to stray away from European beauty standards, because they're on one extreme with their stuff of being like super duper skinny and underweight, right? But I think that like we kind of are getting confused. Um, I don't think people should be treat. I think regardless of like your weight, right? Like nobody should disrespect you. Nobody should call you out of your name. Nobody should treat you like negatively, right? Like that's not cool. But at the same time, like there's a difference between like um I guess like we need to talk about like people are unhealthy at the end of the day, right? There's no way that you're sitting here and you're telling me that you're 300 pounds and you're healthy, right? Like this whole idea of like not automatically, like associating weight with health, like that just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, like you have a concentration of fat, um, in your stomach, which is around all your vital organs. Like any doctor is gonna tell you like that's not okay and that you need to lose weight, right? Now, should you want to kill yourself, right? Like, should you want to like not love yourself? I'm not saying that. I'm not promoting that. I'm not promoting bullying. But like, we got to be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're fat or you're overweight and you need to lose weight. Like, I don't understand this new era. Like, even with like people like Lizzo, right? Like, we have like a very big woman. And like, like a lot of people are like, oh, like she looks amazing, she looks great, and this and the third boom boom, body positivity, this and the third boom boom. And a lot of times, a lot of these celebrities, we see it constantly, time after time. Like they'll be these champion like fat people, right? And like they'll go and like advocate for fat people, and then as soon as they get money, what do? They lose weight. So what does that show you, right? And they always say, oh, I still love myself. I just wanted to be healthier. Like, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I just feel like things are getting conflated. Um, and we need to have some shame around weight.
Yeah, like you said, because everybody in the comments, they're like, "Oh, it's okay to be fat. It's okay to this. It's okay to that." You know what I'm saying? I mean, cause a lot of times, dudes be having a little fat joint in the cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, some of y'all he said, I love fat. Of course,
And
some of
uh,
y'all dudes be having little fat joints in the cut. Y'all don't take them out, y'all don't show them to the world, but y'all got a little fat joint. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at you. You wanna have a little fat joint in the cut, go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? What's considered healthy is BMR a good indicator. But anyway, before I even get into those things, right? I think that yeah, I kind of like agree. I think like Kyle said, right? We got this thing going on in society where it's like people call it like you can't call nobody fat because it's like you body shaming them. And I think like, and I give you a scenario. One time I was in school. One time, one time I was in school and some man asked this girl something about he asked her like some girl came to the office. She was like, "Oh, the lady told me you wasn't there, or you was gonna check into something." And the dude asked her, "Oh, how did the lady look?" Because the girl didn't remember the lady name. So he was like, "How did the lady look?" So she was just like, "Oh, she had like brownish black hair. She was a little tall. She was a little heavy set." And the moment she said that, the dude was like, hold on now. We not gonna be body shaming nobody. And I was looking at this dude like, yo, bro, you just asked her to describe how this lady looked. And then the moment she said like she was a little heavy set, and it's just like she's trying to describe like my whole thing is if heavy set wasn't a word, and heavy set is not even right, that's usually a word that people use instead of using fat. So it's like she used heavy set. Usually that's a respectful term to
mhm.
describe a bigger person, right? So the fact that he was just like that was body shaming, I was just like, yo, some of these people are losing their minds, right? Like today we living in this social climate where it's like you can't call a spade, or you can't you can't call something what it is because it's like it's a problem with it. And it's just like I also feel like, yeah, like y'all wilding. Like I think like we trying to promote, and on one hand, people be trying to promote healthy bodies, right? We talking about healthy New York City. They even made rules that regular grocery stores gotta have at least 2 or 3 healthy items, right? They made it like they mandated stores to have like fruits and to have certain things, right? So now it's just like we sit here talking about body shaming. Like it's not, look, if you fat, you fat. Like I'm not gonna sit here. Like I remember going to school back in the, like it was different. Like growing up, when I was growing up, if you was fat and you went to school, like people was getting on you, and like the fat kids, they was snapping back. Like they was cutting ass on other things. They was making jokes too. So I just feel like today is a very sensitive society. Like a lot of the young kids today, like y'all just being raised like I'm not even gonna get into that. But I think that when we talk about health, we can't promote health on one hand and then act like it's okay to be overweight or to be. And again, somebody mentioned about the BMI, and of course we know that's white doctors, right? That's a white system trying to tell, because even some of our women, some of the black women who are curvaceous, right, or and look nice with their weight, right? Um, they might call them overweight, or they might be overweight, but it looks nice on them, or it's still they still operating from the notion of some Eurocentric, right? So we're not even talking about that, but I'm talking about there's a point where you are too big. There is a point where when you're too big, you're causing other issues to your body. And I think that like that's kind of like what we trying to get at, I believe. That it's like at some point you can't just keep telling people not to call you fat. Like if you don't like it, you gotta do something about it. Like, and some of these people got kids. Like I know families who the whole family fat. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like a culture. It's almost like it's a culture thing. It's just like the mom fat, the kids, all 5 kids fat, the grandma fat, like the pops fat, like you know what I'm saying. So it's just like, and then they be having other complications. You know what I'm saying? Like they be having heart problems. They be having, all other like health complications because they're not really taking care of themselves. And I think society is enabling people to like sometimes somebody gotta call you some shit that you don't like in order for you to change. Like sometimes somebody gotta be like, yo, you gotta get your shit together. Like, yo, you looking crazy out here. Like sometimes you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, word. So like, yeah, I think that we need to stop enabling people and like, you know what I'm saying, like really trying to help people out. Cause at the end of the day, like you gotta think about your kids, you gotta think about your family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just real talk. Like, we just gotta live healthier lives.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I think like, just to clarify, like, I feel like, don't get me wrong, just because a person is slim or skinny doesn't mean that they're healthy, right? Weight doesn't necessarily always correlate to like where how you're doing on the inside, right? I know some people that naturally have fast metabolisms, but they eat very poorly. So they might still suffer from high blood pressure or diabetes, but they're just slim, right? But this whole thing about, promoting this idea that to being obese is healthy is simply a myth, right? Like it doesn't, it's not real. And it's very dangerous, right? Specifically in terms of like the black community. And I feel like, particularly like I feel like I feel like also like the body positivity movement is a little biased because I feel like it's just directed towards women. So like I feel like men are still kept to those same standards of having to be very fit, like in terms of us thinking about models and stuff like that. And men, when we see
Facts.
like we still expect them to be like tall and six packs and a nice body, but then when it's about a woman, like, oh, it's okay, like she could be big, this and that, boom boom, but we still keep these standards for men, right? So is it really body positivity, or is this like connected to like the feminism movement, right? And I think we just got to be specific, right? Like in terms of thinking about what's good for our community. We know that we live in food deserts. We know that we do not live healthily. We know that a lot of our habits and a lot of the food that we eat in our community is not healthy. And we're dying from heart disease. We're dying from strokes. We're dying from high blood pressure. And this is directly correlated to obesity. So I think somebody in the comment asked, like, how do you rate like if somebody's fat or not or big, whatever? And BMI. I would say BMI. Um, yeah. I think if your BMI is determined like by 30 or higher, you're considered obese. Let's make a distinction between being overweight and being obese. Like obese is, um, I don't know like the clinical like scientific definition of it, but obese is like past overweight. Like like you're precious. Not trying to even be funny. Like you're big. So yeah, I think going back to what you said, I think there needs to be some type of shame. I think people are trying to somehow like get rid of shame, right? And shame is necessary because growing up, those little kids who were bullied or were being told repeatedly that they were fat, or it was being like if we like even things right, like people were talking about them expanding like the airport seats. Like making them wider. Like if we go and like we make airport seats wider and we make things bigger and more accessible for bigger people, um like what are we doing? Like what are we teaching? You know what I'm saying? Like when we go to other countries, when you look at other countries, they don't have the obesity problems that we have. The FDA regulations are different. What they eat over there is different than us. You know what I'm saying? That's something that we should pay attention to. I just feel like, shame is necessary in certain cases. And yeah, like this idea of like everybody is beautiful and everybody is healthy is a lie. It's a scientific like it's a lie. It's not real.
Yeah, so yeah, to add on to that, like you mentioned like the food deserts, you mentioned like, and I think that I want to push back on that because I made a video about this. And I was talking about like how like okay, black people do live in certain there you go. Black people do mention that we I mean black people. Black people oftentimes do live in areas which don't have a lot of supermarkets or don't have a lot of fresh produce. But at the same time, I made a video about this, and I don't have no pity on nobody. On certain most people, I don't have no pity on, and I don't make excuses for certain people, right? Because at the same time, there ain't no Gucci, there ain't no Louis in the hood,
Hmm.
there ain't none of these Chanel's,
Hmm.
there ain't none of whatever name brand, you know what I'm saying, that these people be wearing. Those things do not exist in the hood. But
Hmm.
what do black people do?
They go and
They
get.
they travel and they go get it. They make that a priority on something like and you can order food now. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? You can definitely order food now. So it's like, come on. And I also mentioned this in one of my videos. White folks, when they move into these food deserts, these communities that are being gentrified, they don't eat from the supermarket. They will go to Trader Joe's. They don't care if they got to get on a train to go to Trader Joe's or to go to a Whole Foods. They make sure that they eating what they need to be eating.
Yeah.
So I think that when we just be like, oh, but we live like you know what I'm saying, like, and I mentioned this in my video about like you know what I'm saying, like I forgot the title of that video, but it was live on IG, and I was just talking about like I grew up impoverished, you know what I'm saying, and my mother she never really believed, and like I ate Chinese food like once in a while. And
Mm-hmm.
my mom damn sure yeah, like Kennedy's once in a while. Like that was if my mother felt generous to bring home Kennedy, that was just like, oh, she feeling good today. I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like she would always tell me that. And once I learned how to cook, like she was just like, no, cook. There's food in the house. So I had to cook. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like is a mindset, right? Like my mother. Yeah, we lived in the hood, and there's a lot of there's a Checkers. You know what I'm saying? There was a Burger King. There was a whole bunch of stuff in the hood, right? White Castle, Wendy's, like Kennedy's, a whole bunch of Chinese stores, like you name it. But my mother didn't play that. Like she was just like, yo, we not no, we not doing that.
Right.
One, it wasn't healthy, and two, it was just like, yo, it's a waste of money. Like you know what I'm saying? So she was always on something like, yo, cook. I'm not giving you that garbage.
Right.
So I think that like some people, don't get me wrong, like some people, because it's stuff in the supermarket. And I said this in my video. Like you can go get vegetables. A lot of people don't even eat vegetables. A lot of people don't even eat fruits. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these people drink juice, soda. Like, I don't even buy, when I go to the supermarket, I might buy one juice like
Right.
once a month. Like,
Right.
other than that, like, I don't really, you're not gonna catch me buying juice or soda and stuff like that.
Right.
So I think and I mentioned this in my video during the pandemic, everybody was talking about there was food shortages. When I went to the supermarket, the whole produce section, it was a whole bunch of produce. You know what I'm saying? um there was a there was a whole bunch of produce, and I was like, what are they talking about? There's a food shortage, right? But you know what was a food shortage on? Snacks,
Hmm.
little Debbie cakes, potato chips, sodas, some of the things that are detrimental to our health. There's a reason why black folks are leading in high cholesterol. You know what I'm saying? High blood pressure, hypertension.
Hmm.
We leading in every disease out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We get the most rigorous cancers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like we have to pay attention to our health, man. And like we can't keep using like don't get me wrong, certain neighborhoods, listen, certain places like maybe Oakland, but even Oakland got like little farms and stuff. But like, maybe Detroit, right? Maybe a place like Detroit, it's like okay, there are certain states, certain cities where it's like people are literally eating out the gas station. You could still drive somewhere, right? And a lot of these states you gotta drive. I, we could still like I feel like if we really want it, we gonna go get it. We go get the designer. Know what I'm saying? We go get other stuff that's not in our hoods. So I think like we just gotta have our priorities right.
I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like, for people, and, I think it all stems from, I don't even know where it stems from, but I don't know why this idea of like trying to make fat people feel like it's okay to be fat, um, like make people feel like, make people who are obese feel like it's okay to be obese. It definitely has to be like a marketing scheme. Um, But yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, it's a choice, right? And so I was thinking about this idea too, like, like some men, right? Like, and some people, not only men, some people make the decision that they don't want to date a bigger person, right? And to some people, right, to some bigger people, that might be offensive, or you might feel like, you're fat phobic or whatever they call it or whatever. But that makes sense, right? Because I think it's deeper than just like your body. It's just deeper than just weight, right? Like it's self-deprecation. And I say this all the time. You didn't go from a size 8 to a size 16 overnight, right? You ate and you ate and you ate. You ate the fried chicken, you ate the Popeyes, you ate the McDonald's, you ate the fries, you continuously ate. You continuously grew out of your clothes. You continuously saw yourself get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it got harder for you to walk up the steps. I'm not even trying to be funny when I say this. I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not even trying to be funny. It got harder for you to walk up the steps. You know what I'm saying? Certain things like you like that's quality of life. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care what these people who get up here who are 300, 400 pounds say. They're not happy. They're not. Like I used to watch like my 600-pound life, and I know that's extreme, but there are people who like couldn't even fit in their showers. There are people who like couldn't even get up off of their bed. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not healthy. We're not promoting that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like that's not cool. And at the end of the day, like you said, Vic, you know what I'm saying? It is about like the food shortage and stuff like that. At the end of the day, it is your decision. Because like I grew up like very similar to the way that you grew up, right? Like my mom cooked every single day, 3 meals a day. There's certain things that we just did not eat. I didn't grow up eating. You know what I'm saying? Because my mother was not cooking that. She didn't grow up eating it, and I didn't grow up eating it. And there's a difference, right? Like there's a
And you black. Let them know. And you black.
right. And there's a difference between even if you
Why you just shut up?
huh? Even if you do want something different, right? Like even if you do want like
Uh,
fries, um,
that was mad weird. You seen that?
yeah, yeah,
Where I'm like, why you got quiet?
my fault. But like, yeah, even if you do want like French fries and a burger, right? You could take some ground turkey or ground beef, whatever you eat. You could take some potatoes and you can make that for yourself. And even though that is unhealthy, it's way more healthy than a McDonald's burger. You know what I'm saying? It's way more healthy than like some fast food restaurant, right? Um, so yeah, like I don't even want to make this like topic like long, but I definitely feel like, us, we gotta look at what's being promoted to us, and we got to look at what's going on in our community, and if this is something that's going to benefit us. And telling fat people that it's okay to be fat is, yeah, no.
Yeah,
What's
and another thing I want to add on, like, don't get me wrong. I understand there's some people who have deeper issues, right? There's some
right?
people
How have
who who
health
who
issues. Yeah,
who have depression, or some people like they get depressed and they eat,
there's
you
some
know.
there's some people who have health issues. You know what I'm saying? There's some people who don't have certain organs in their body, so like they literally they like their bodies can't regulate themselves and they gain more weight. Like some people have real health issues, but even those people, you know what I'm saying? Like it's at the end of the day, like we gotta be real. Like it's about making decisions. Every single day you wake up and you make a decision to eat something. You know what I'm saying? Every single day, it's the only difference. Like I was out with my friends, whatever, like that this weekend, and like we were like joking around, and we had ordered pizza, whatever. And the pizza was mad good, right? And so I had 2 slices, right? And it was like, yo, should we get another one? And like we all looked at each other, and then we was like, nah. We all laughed, but that's literally the decision that these people make. Like you choose to get that third, fourth pizza. You choose to eat that whole pie. You choose to eat 3 Snickers and 4 sodas. Like you chose to do these things. You know you shouldn't be doing these things, but every single day you continue to get up and you choose to do these things. Self-deprecation. Self-deprecation. What's the difference between that and other ways of causing harm to yourself? You know what I'm saying?
It's a fact. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is definitely a fact. It's like this, right? like you know how you see these people promote, like, you know, eating healthy, doing this, doing that, but it's like they smoke cigarettes.
That's an,
Or they drink alcohol. And it's like you promoting somebody to become vegan and you be out here drinking alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that that shit's bad for your liver. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? Knowing that. And I just be looking at people like, it's just like, yo, like, what are you like? You know what I'm saying? And I look, I'm just saying, like, we just gotta sometimes listen to the stuff we say, you know what I'm saying? Talking about eating healthy, you know what I'm saying? Go get your CMARS, you heard from my boy me fit healthy life. You know what I'm saying, on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Get y'all CMARS, you heard, you know what I'm saying, you know. But anyway, like, yeah, people, so I get it. There's some people who have deeper underlying issues and that's why they eat. You know what I'm saying? It makes them, but I'm not even really talking about those people because they got some other stuff they gotta work out. So they gotta figure out why they, you know what I'm saying? But like for the other people, who just don't care, you don't want to go to the gym, and then you don't have enough money to get surgery, and then you got some people who get surgery and don't start eating different. And
mm,
it's like, what are you went and got surgery, and then you're still continuing to do the same thing. You're
mm-hmm,
gonna need surgery again. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you got the money to get it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just think that's another thing that's being promoted, right? It's like being fat is okay, and then it's like it's okay, go get the surgery. Go. You got the bread. Go get the surgery. But if you was taking care of yourself, you wouldn't have to do that. You know
mm-hmm,
what I'm saying? Like, so again, like we don't wanna, I keep and being redundant and trying to. But it's just like, yo, you at the end of the day, you got to realize, like, is this healthy? Is this conducive for me and my family? Right? If you're trying to live a healthy life, longevity, and be there for your kids,
yeah,
and be there for your mom, for your father, whoever it is, right? Like people that depend on you. You want to be there for the people that depend on you. Like you got to think about. You got to start making. Sometimes we got to make choices that are better, not just for ourselves, but also for the people that depend on us.
mm-hmm,
And that's what I gotta say, man. Like if you don't care about your life, your health, go ahead. I mean, make sure you like the video. If you don't care about yourself and your health and the people that depend on you or look up to you, then go ahead, do whatever hey, my body, you know what I'm saying? But like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, some people have had more complications. Look at Big Pun. You know what I'm saying? Like prime example. This dude was an artist, he was making money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know, for whatever reason he was eating, whatever was going on with his situation. I don't know. It could have been a bigger situation, but I'm just saying, like, he was on the way to recovery. Even Fat Joe would talk about his journey. So
yeah,
like he was just like, nah, like I watched my homie die. Like I needed to get better. Like I needed to, like, I want to live. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that's what it comes down to for certain people. And then for other people, they just gotta get their mental right.
worry. I agree.
But last thing I would say is I definitely agree with you. It's like the standards for men is different, right? Like people will shit talk a man that is overweight and
Yeah,
that's fat. It's no body positivity for that man. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But when it comes to the woman, it's just like, oh, women already get a lot of stuff about their body, like like men don't.
yeah. Like we
Like, you know
don't
what I'm saying?
have models. We don't have plus size male models. I mean, I've never seen one. You know what I'm saying? So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, like that's a fact.
Whew.
All
I
right.
had to, I had to do that real fast, like, because he has like a weird taste.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, mm, it has like a weird taste to it. Like,
Right.
So I didn't want to taste it. I was just like, oh, let me just. Mm. Exactly, it's a mindset, but we ain't about to bombard y'all with the fat bars. You know what I'm saying? With the fat bars, but mm, you know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day, you want to be healthy. It's on you, man. Just is a shake that shit. You want to be healthy. Think about your family, man. If you don't care, it's on you, man. But you know what I'm saying? We shaming you over here, B. I sure. Yo, you not getting in this car this summer. You not get you not getting in this. You ain't about to have my bumper scraping on the ground.
Yo.
You're
Chill.
not you're not you're not you're not getting in this. You're not getting in this V, man. Let me say you want to get on a bus, take 2 seats. Nah, nah, nah. And then some of these people ain't been working all pandemic. And then the nurses get on the bus. The nurses get on the bus, and you want to take 2 seats? Nah, nah. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Walk. You should walk.
You
You
trying to
should
get
walk. You should walk, B. You should walk. You know what I'm saying? They should make that a law. If you ain't get on this bus, just walk. Nah, nah, but like, yeah, I'm just saying, man. I remember the times when I was growing up, yo. If you was fat, yo, a lot of the fat kids had a lot of jokes, man, or they had hands. You know what I'm saying? They either had hands or they could snap. You feel me? Like, but it's just some different times, man. This whole cyber bullying and this and that. I'll be looking at people like, yo, people was getting punched left and right back in the day. It's not that serious to be my concern. I feel you, bro. But definitely. But that's the end of it. Make sure you have a good one. Yeah, take care. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you like it. And we see y'all next week.
word.
Peace.